Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's another Thursday evening, and I'm joined here by KKS Gaming. Of course, my name is Mark Summers, Major Linux. Jeez, how did I forget to do that? How did I forget to, yes, we're here. Here's my co-host. Don't even say who I am. Just, nobody cares. Nobody's here for me. Nobody's here for Major Linux. We're all here for
Starting
Kev.
strong.
We're technically here for Sin, but Sin is not not here today. He's out doing his thing, so hope he's doing all right. So just the two of us today. I tried to wrangle a third co-host, but some things are going on, so I definitely understand. So we're gonna try to hold down the fort today for Tech Talk Thursday for May 28th, 2020, and I'm gonna say that this week was kind of light.
Yeah, it was pretty light. It
was
pretty light
from this perspective. But we had some stuff dropped, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. Starting off with this one, and apparently they seem to have combined two of my stories today. Twitter puts a fake news tag on Trump's tweet for the first time.
The first time.
He's been at this for 5 years, and finally, in the year of our Lord 2020, they finally did it.
They did.
For the first time, Twitter has added a label to tweets from President Trump. The tweets in question relate to mail-in ballots and the president's claims that mail-in ballots are fraudulent. Twitter has applied a label to two of President Trump's tweets, inviting users to get the facts about mail-in ballots. Tapping or clicking on the label takes users to a Twitter moment that explains. On Tuesday, President Trump made a series of claims about potential voter fraud after California Governor Gavin Newsom announced an effort to expand mail-in voting in California during the COVID-19 pandemic. These claims are unsubstantiated, according to CNN, Washington Post, and others. Experts say mail-in ballots are very rarely linked to voter fraud. But they also put here, so in the article they embedded the tweet that was made. They also pointed out that apparently the warning doesn't show up on the web. It seems like it only showed up on a mobile device, or within an app. But it doesn't show up doesn't show up here. I imagine it doesn't show up on TweetDeck or anything like that either.
No. Probably definitely not third parties.
So I don't know who they were planning to hit with this. I mean, you'd imagine that if this was going to exist, if the tag was going to show up, it should be everywhere. But yeah,
it's almost as if they were trying to get the attention of someone who has notorious Twitter fingers and always seems to drop tweets on mobile. I guess we never know.
Well, we will, because it did. And I have an article about this here. So apparently they didn't go into much detail about it. But Trump threatens social networks with legal liability with an Apple lawsuit rejected. President Trump has threatened to issue an executive order targeting social networks later today. I'm not sure if that's happened. I've not seen anything about it yet. The move follows Twitter applying a fact check warning to one of Trump's tweets for the first time earlier this week. Facebook allowed the same post without any warning, and we'll get to that in a second too. Actually, Facebook news is up next. Trump claimed that mail-in election ballots would be substantially fraudulent, and Twitter tagged it with a link showing that the claim had no basis in fact. Trump responded at the time with a claim that Twitter was stifling free speech and a veiled threat. Quote, Twitter is completely stifling free speech, and I, as president, will not allow it to happen. This followed by a more direct threat. Quote, Republicans feel that social media platforms totally silence conservative voices. We will strongly regulate or close them down before we can ever allow this to happen. Which seems very contradictory to what Republicans want, but okay. Hey, aren't they for deregulation? But, it's not a politics show.
They don't want that. They always tout like, oh, we want small government. We don't want the government. They don't want the president to get involved in our affairs. And then he's big government, and he's like pulling big government. So,
the White House issued a statement that Trump would sign an executive order pertaining to social media that Trump teased that announcement. Quote, big tech is doing everything in their very considerable powers to censor in advance of the 2020 election. If that happens, we no longer have our freedom. I will never let it happen. They tried hard in 2016 and lost. Now they are going absolutely crazy. Stay tuned. The Washington Post reports that the executive order would make social networks legally liable for posts by their users having seen what it claims is a draft version. This will mean companies like Twitter and Facebook could be sued as if they had made the posts themselves. Currently, social media companies enjoy the same protections as internet service providers or telecom companies. They are merely channels rather than publishers. It is that protection Trump reportedly wants to remove. Which kind of seems counterintuitive because and again, I'm not a politician, not a lawyer, but part of me feels that if this were to be enacted, I could sue Twitter for posting such damaging information, and for Twitter to not be liable for any damages, they would sooner just kick off the user, right?
Exactly. Because they'd be like, oh, well, this person said some defamatory things to me. I sue Twitter. Twitter's like, ban, lifetime ban.
Yeah, and this helps him how?
It doesn't. It does not. It just basically just kicks off a hornet's nest that you have no control of. It's basically it's the ability of opening a can of worms and then trying to scoop those, and then at some point having to scoop those worms back into the can. You can't do it.
Also,
cannot do it.
Also, I feel like, didn't somebody hand him a constitution like when he was running for president? Because I felt like he should have read it because...
Man, don't read? What you talking about? Man doesn't read? Except his poll numbers.
Because if you read the Constitution, the First Amendment rights that everybody's claiming is being violated is against the government, not a private entity. Where at this point, it's like I'm now celebrating the fact that corporations are people.
And to be honest, they didn't really like censor his tweet.
No.
Or didn't they just basically say, hey, you want some more information about that here?
Yeah, they didn't censor. They didn't even say it was wrong.
No.
They didn't say it was wrong. Look, hey, you want more information, you can find it right here. You can just click that. Just tap that.
Click that link.
Tap it.
Click that. Tap it. Tap it with your finger.
Boop.
There you go.
You couldn't click it. It's not on the website, so can't click it. But you tap it. You just tap, and you get more information. It's crazy.
And this is what's called an overreach to not that big of a deal. It's like I'm mad about somebody. It's like you mad about. It's like if somebody like says, actually, here's the information, and you mad at the whole tweet. And then you just say, everybody is garbage. The whole system is garbage. By somebody just politely correcting you and be like, oh, hey, information, tap that link,
But yeah, this is censorship, though.
It's a whole overreach.
I was totally not able to read any of his tweets. I choose not to, but,
I blocked him. I blocked him when he won, so... I was like, oh, that's a block. Boop.
Oh, boy. Also, Yesterday, a lawsuit claiming that Apple, Facebook, Twitter, and Google silenced conservative voices was dismissed. TechCrunch reports that filed in 2018 by nonprofit Freedom Watch and right-wing Gadfly. What is that word even? You know what? No, I'm taking a detour.
I know what a gadfly means, but it's funny that they named themselves gadfly.
A fly that bites livestock, especially a horsefly, warblefly, or a botfly, or an annoying person, especially one who provokes others into action by criticism. You know what? I'm gonna just click away from that. I'm just gonna. This right-wing individual, Laura Loomer, the suit accused Apple, Facebook, Twitter, and Google of stifling First Amendment rights. The suit alleged that 4 of tech's biggest names have, quote, have engaged in a conspiracy to intentionally and willfully suppress political conservative content. End quote. It specifically cited Loomer's ban from Twitter and Facebook following a tweet about Congresswoman I'm going to butcher this. She's been in Congress for a minute and I still do not pronounce her name. Ilhan Omar? I'm going to say Congresswoman Omar.
Right.
Also noted is her inability to grow an audience base and revenue on Google's YouTube, suggesting that after Trump's election, growth on these platforms has come to a complete halt and its audience base and revenue generated has either plateaued or diminished. Apple's alleged role is less clear. The court noted that the First Amendment prohibits government restriction on free speech. This is the important part. The court noted that the First Amendment prohibits government restriction on free speech.
Not private entities.
It has nothing to say about what private platforms do or don't permit. Again, I will allow you to stand in a public street and say whatever the fuck you want to say. That's the government. They can do
government can't stop you.
That's them. Government can't stop you. You come into my house, you come into my yard, I'm going to knock you the fuck
out. Smooth out.
Or at least you would think that that's what I'd be legally within my rights to do. But, that's another topic for another day.
Yes.
But yeah, also, like, when reading that, it seems like they're complaining because people called her out on her shit and both platforms says, no, that is terrible things to say as a human being. We do not need that here. And they're mad about that because apparently they can't be terrible human beings in a public forum.
Exactly.
Privately owned public forum, mind you.
Exactly.
And they're also upset because it was really weird how this one was worded. Inability to grow an audience base and revenue on Google's YouTube, suggesting that after Trump's election, growth on these platforms has come to a complete halt, and its audience base and revenue generated has either plateaued or diminished. Maybe because nobody not for Google's fault, but maybe nobody wanted to listen to your garbage on the internet. If you ain't getting views and clicks because everybody done called you out on your bullshit, you can't really generate the revenue like that. It's like you don't understand how the internet works at this point.
Right. You can't keep it, It's like if they cut you off from your 33% of the country, your third of the country, who gonna watch you? Like, who gonna go, like, if we can't watch on YouTube?
It's not like they got cut off. It's just that nobody was watching. Like, no, they crazy. What the? They don't
understand how SEO works.
Yeah.
CCV? None of that? Y'all don't know nothing? Y'all can't say the same crazy things and expect people to listen to that same craziness when they can listen to somebody else's crazy more popular?
If anything, she sounds like those Twitch streamers who complain about the women on Twitch.
Right.
They're taking our views. We can't make our money. And oh my God, they're showing the booby. Like, no. You just got whack ass content. Like, bruh, step your game up. Like, I'm not getting the views, Like, I'm not getting views, but I'm not complaining about that.
Hmm.
It's okay.
So
It's whatever.
you having a
I
good,
just,
you having a good, you having a good time.
yeah,
Yeah, for the love of the game.
we'll get there.
That's what.
We'll
Look at
get there.
that.
Look at that. So yeah. It's good time. Good times out here. So
Tell me about it.
that's on Twitter. That's on the Twitter front. Moving over to Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Facebook is targeting FaceTime audio with its newest experimental app, Catch Up. As most of the world focuses heavily on video conferencing, Facebook's new product experimentation team has debuted its latest experimental app dubbed Catch Up. As reported by TechCrunch, Catch Up focuses on allowing people to make audio calls with up to 8 other people. Oh, sure. All right. That's what you want to do. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, technically do that on Zoom, but it's fine. It's
Zoom.
Let's see. All right. Catch Up aims to set itself apart with a few features. First off, users can set their status as ready to talk or offline. The app also does not require a Facebook account to use the service. The report explains, while there are a number of group chat apps available to users today, what makes Catch Up unique is that the calls it enables are audio only, not video, and it flags when users are available. In addition, Catch Up won't need a Facebook account to use the service. The app works with your phone's contact list. In a blog post, Facebook also points out that its goal is to address the biggest problem people have with making phone calls today, ensuring someone else's availability. Based on our studies, we find that one of the main reasons people don't call friends and family more frequently is that they don't know when they are available to talk or are worried they may reach them at an inconvenient time. Catch Up addresses this problem and even makes group calling as easy as one tap. So this is what I'm going to do. Here's my plan. I'm going to get everybody I know on Catch Up, right? And I'm going to mark myself as unavailable constantly. Done. I've cracked it.
Uh-huh.
I've
Crack the
cracked
code.
it.
Mm-hmm.
If I want nobody to bother me ever again,
Mm-hmm.
just put them on Catch Up. Say, look, I'm unavailable. Do not call me.
Genius.
Smart. I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like Facebook continually having access to my phone. That's the reason I don't have it installed and haven't used Facebook in like 7 years. See, I'm with you on that. Facebook is not installed on any of my devices, but because I run a couple of communities, I still have to have a Facebook account. Also, my other co-hosts for my Wednesday night podcast love to use Facebook Messenger. There are countless other programs we use, like Discord. We record the show on Discord. We could use Discord, but it took me forever to get them to use Discord. So yeah, this is where we are now.
Yeah, if it was not for the few people that I have on Facebook and my nears and dears, I would be like, like I would just be
Exactly.
gone. I would just be like, hey, everybody get on Discord. We're gonna have the family Discord. We're gonna have the Discord. We're gonna have the that
You
Discord.
know
Just
what?
move everything to the Discords.
I would say that's not a bad idea. And I may want to look into what the advantages would be for having a family Discord. Like, we're all on iOS.
Right.
So like we've got, the group messages and all like that. But I wonder if we were on Discord, would that even help with video calls? Because FaceTime is not our friend at the moment. Hold on. Hey, can you close the door, please? Yeah, so I got a couple of friends who have left Facebook and they're like, yes, I don't even have Facebook. I deleted my Facebook account. I said, man, I'm like, how great is your life right now?
Mm-hmm. The dream.
Oh my God. I miss, what is it? What does a Facebook free life feel right now?
I dreamed a dream of time gone by.
My family has a Discord that works great. We have extended family. Oh, I might just have to look into that.
Put that together.
Yeah. Well,
Put
I
that
mean,
together.
well, the thing is too. So even with my community, I'm looking into rebuilding my Discord server, my personal one for Major's house or whatever,
Right.
because I repurposed my old one for my other podcast. So now I kind of want to have something where I can just talk tech and all my nerdy things and not have to worry about it.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I might roll it out. And I might make a family portion and maybe set rules up that way people can see certain channels. Or if that becomes too much, fine. I'll just have another Discord server. It'll be fine.
Mhm.
But
I think that'd be the best thing.
yeah. Or yeah. Shout out to what's that, Mr. Tickle 91. Follow each other on Twitter, or whatever. He's been sending me open source projects.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me one. It's based off of Matrix,
Mm-hmm.
which is like a decentralized messaging platform that looks a lot like Slack and Discord. So, maybe. So
Go ahead, do it, mate. Go ahead, do
these
it.
projects are in the books. These are future streams for me. But yeah, it's like trying to figure out what I'm going to do with these projects once I actually get them up and running. So yeah, I guess if you want to catch up with your family and friends, there's an app for that. Man, remember that was the platform? I mean, that was an ad campaign for Apple. In more Facebook news, Facebook algorithms promote divisive content, but the company decided not to act.
Oh yeah, that sounds like old Zuckerberg move right
It's like,
there.
surprised.
Not me.
Facebook algorithms are partly programmed and partly based on machine learning, which explains why the company had to carry out research to learn that they are effectively promoting divisive content to users. This is why platforms need to not only have their algorithmic timelines and news feeds, they need to have a, most recent or last read or whatever. Like I hate that I'm glad they added that feature back to the Twitter app, but I hate that I have to manually activate it every so often. It is a fucking nightmare and I hate it. And I miss the fact that TweetDeck is not on mobile devices.
Oh, sad day. So sad.
Obviously, the primary job of algorithms is to maximize user engagement, so they highlight content that achieves this and reduce the visibility of content that doesn't. Which sucks if you are trying to raise money for a charity and all of your posts get buried because nobody will see it, nobody will donate, and sucks to be you. An internal investigation found that one of the unintended consequences of this was that users were actively exposed to exposed to sensational and polarized content as that drove them to respond. The Wall Street Journal reports that senior executives at the social network were asked to take action to limit visibility of divisive content, but chose not to do so. Let's see. According to the article, one of the slides read, "Our algorithms exploit the human brain's attraction to divisiveness. If left unchecked, Facebook would feed users more and more divisive content in an effort to gain user attention and increase time on the platform. So in order to make money, we're just going to make people hate each other more."
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
See, Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg had in public and private expressed concerns about sensationalism and polarization, but in the end, Facebook's interest was fleeting. Mr. Zuckerberg and other senior executives largely shelved the basic research according to previously unreported internal documents and people familiar with the effort and weakened or blocked efforts to apply its conclusions to Facebook products. The report says that there were two reasons for this, in addition to the obvious one of not wanting to reduce eyeball time for ads. First, the company took the view that it should not interfere with free speech. It's your fucking company. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but okay.
Whatever you want.
Even if that were in the interest of users, as that would be paternalistic. CEO Mark Zuckerberg is said to be particularly vigorous proponent of this argument. He argues the platform is in fact a guardian of free speech even when the content is objectionable, a position that drove Facebook's decision not to fact-check political advertisement ahead of the 2020 election. Second, that any action to limit divisiveness might be perceived as politically motivated. Some proposed changes would have disproportionately affected conservative users and publishers at a time when the company faced accusations from the right of political bias. So, I mean, if you were loud and wrong and people come with the receipts, I feel like you should deal with that. Like,
right.
Why? So my thing is, if somebody knows the truth, about something and sees it coming, they see the lie coming. Why not stop it right there? Or, hey, if you want people to see it, let it come in and say, hey, this ain't true. Or if you want more information, again, do what Twitter did. If you want more information about this topic, and I don't know, maybe do it for everything. If you give everybody that tag, if it's a true statement or a false statement, give everybody the tag.
Exactly.
That way it doesn't look biased. You can say, hey, we're just saying, hey, we know this is a divisive topic, but if you want more information, you can do it. You can do the reading yourself.
Yeah, because I feel like the best thing that you do is I'm of the mindset of, yeah, free speech, sure, but clarity in speech. If you know that somebody is saying something that is completely and utterly wrong, just you say loud and wrong, I feel like they should have somebody to come in and be like, wait. Here's some information. Here's accredited sources. Here's information about what you need. You can go to this website and click on and get more information as opposed to that. Because a business does not want to be the place where sensationalized and divisive rhetoric is thrown, but they also want people to have more information. You want people to be informed in this social media platform, as opposed to letting people just go off and just being like, the government, 5G is killing everyone. The coronavirus and 5G. It's like, you want people to be like, actually, that's not true. Here's information about it. Okay, bye. As a platform, you should be like, hey, let's clean that up.
Yeah,
you could say it, but here's some information to prove that that's not true. What you just said.
Look out in the best interest of your users. They're making you money. Right. It's not that difficult, but apparently it is.
It really is not.
Facebook do better. That's it. That's the tweet. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Facebook post. Hey, remember when TikTok was being review bombed? And I asked, do you think Google's going to remove those posts, those reviews?
Yeah.
They did it.
I knew they would.
They did it. They did it. They pulled the steam. They removed it. Yeah. Just not even go any further than that. It's pretty much they did it.
They were like, oh, this is fraudulent. Boop.
Yeah.
Because Google's just gonna be like, nah.
So yeah. If you were worried about those negative TikTok reviews, they're all gone.
They're gone. I knew good doggone well they were gonna take them things away. Oh yeah, they're gonna remove those because it's like, this is bupkis.
It's like, we know why they're here. We know why they're here.
Yeah, this is not bona fide. Just
do you use TikTok?
No, 36 years old.
I thought about it. I thought about using TikTok, but then I realized there's no need for me to. When everybody shares TikTok videos on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's like I am letting people curate my TikTok for me.
Right.
Shout out to I think it's Blurred. can't remember what their Instagram is. Give me a second.
Mhm.
But the Blurred Instagram account, or
Right.
Blurred Official, that's who it is.
Blood official.
Yeah, shout out to they've been on a tear these past couple of days, showing all these cosplay TikToks, and they have been fucking just fire after fire after fire. Like I'll spend all the time just going through them. Like normally I just skip Instagram stories or like just look at them. Like just like maybe a couple of seconds. But I've been sitting there just letting it sit on my little dock here, and it's like just yeah, that was a dope one.
Yeah.
This is the most time I put into an Instagram story session. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm not not downloading TikTok. Also,
My two favorite TikToks is the one that I love is it's from the Wipe It Down challenge. Well, both from the Wipe It Down challenge, and the first one is like the one that's animated, and then there's the rap that comes to it.
Yo, that one was fire.
It's like this is wipe it. I was like, caught your ass by surprise. I've been in the mirror the whole time, and I'm like, I watched that thing like at least a couple times.
Yes.
And then like the second one is from my home girl, Coming Too Curly. She did the Wipe It Down challenge, and she did Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
I think
that's
it was you who showed
girl.
me that. I think you posted that. I sent that to my wife because we both are Tina stans.
Yeah, that is my homie. She dresses up like Tina Belcher on the reg.
It did the twerk. It did the twerk.
She did the backless twerk. Yes. And I love that. So that's what I was like. That's what I say. The two best TikToks that I've seen was like dudes and my homie. And I throw that shout out if I could, but I'm like, man, I've been retweeting it.
So I had an idea for a TikTok.
I
was gonna do the Wipe It Down, but it was just me doing it and nothing happening.
Right.
And just getting upset. Like I just want to just make fun of the whole damn thing. Just wipe it. Look, why is this not working?
I'd be like, wipe. And then be like, wipe. And then the music just cuts off and you're like, wipe. But this ain't working. Whatever.
Damn it. But then somebody actually came up and they did that. They faked me out.
Right.
Because she did it. Nothing happened. And she looked around like, well, why ain't this working? Well, no, it was because she played the original track. But they switched it to the Wipe Me Down. To that, like, I forget who song it was, like, Wipe Me Down. And then, yeah, like, it just, she did a little bit, she did that good. It was really nice. I feel like I'm terrible at describing things.
Yeah.
It's a whole visual medium. It's terrible when you try to, like, put words to them.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here. HBO Max is now available, not only on iPhone, iPad, and Apple TV, but all the places where you can stream your content.
All places.
And I'm finally glad to say that I was able to get it to work today.
Good. Good.
All yesterday trying to get this to work, and it's like I was happy.
Right.
Not because, well, for one, they've got Big Bang Theory, and I would like to watch all of that from beginning to end. Finally,
yeah.
Never do that before unless you bought it.
Right.
So,
I bought them. I know.
So I'm really excited about that. Also, like the DC content. So maybe I'll finally be able to watch Suicide Squad. I've been saying I've wanted to watch it for a while, never gotten around to it. I think that Harley Quinn show, that animated show, I'll finally be able to watch that now.
Yes.
And there's some other stuff on there, but I mainly got it because my wife has been just hounding me to get HBO or something so she can watch Insecure.
Right.
Everybody's talking about Insecure. She can't watch Insecure.
Yeah.
Just every time. Like, when we gonna get HBO? I'm gonna watch Insecure. When we gonna get HBO? When HBO put out that free content, I had to hear it again because Insecure ain't on it. Fine. So then that's when they announced HBO Max, and I found out through my internet subscription I can get it for free.
Awesome.
So I was excited. Oh, today I woke up yesterday. I forgot what day it was. All of a sudden, all the blogs, HBO Max is here. Download it now and watch all your HBO content. I was like, all right, bet, let's go. So many rants. 2 support calls to AT&T. I went to bed at 3:00 this morning, still not able to watch HBO Max.
Nah, no, that sucks, man. Damn.
But I looked on Twitter later on this morning, was getting some work done. I saw that they DM me, said, hey, so if you got any issues, let us know. So, all right, before I DM and complain some more, let me try again.
Mm-hmm.
Let me right on through today. I was like, thank you. Now I can get back to watching my Plex server and not care about this app anymore. Like, hey, shout out to Diddy. He was like I was talking about on Twitter. He's like, well, why don't you do the 7-day free trial until they sort it out? I was like, that's not the point. It's about the principle now.
Exactly. It's
I
like,
want that shit to work. I'm paying for it and I can't watch it.
Exactly. It's like they supposed to give it to you for free. They say it's for free. They need to make it work. Listen. Like I did the thing where I pre-ordered it, and you would get it for like a year for like $11.99. So I'm like, okay, bet I'm gonna do that. So did that, and I had the PS4 up, and I didn't even think about it. It wasn't on the Fire Stick yet, but I heard that it wasn't on the Fire Stick yet. And then I say, okay, I put it on my phone, because I always like to put streaming apps on your phone, because you never know when you're out. You know, this Rona probably end. You're gonna be out. You're gonna be like, yo, I need to watch something on my phone. So that came in handy for today. And the only thing I've been watching on it so far is Craig of the Creek.
Oh yeah, that was one of the shows that said was on there.
Yeah, and it's literally like, it's literally me. It's me. It's like if I was like a kid who would go down to this creek every like day and spend hours and hours and hours and hours during the creek. And it's it's not really a magical show, but it's like a magical show. It reminds me so much of like Recesses, with the different factions of people. Like, you got these kids, you got those type of kids, you got those kids, and it's like there's like people of color, there is representation in this show, there is like badass black family fun, like dynamics, like Terry Crews voices the father. So it's a really really good show, and that's the only thing that I've pretty much been watching on HBO Max as we great.
Yeah, I might have to check this out.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
you have to
seeing
check it out.
this little picture here. So one, they've got Impractical Jokers, so I'm excited about that. Did not know that was on there. Detective Pikachu is on here.
Oh, that's a good movie. That's a really good movie. That's a very good movie.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is on HBO Max.
All of them, all the episodes.
And like, I can see Suicide Squad there. Black Lady Sketch Show, I definitely want to see that. I've caught some of their YouTube clips. I've caught some of the YouTube clips and they're great. So I definitely want to see that. Of course, the one thing that's on this platform that we're not going to talk about, but you know, I feel like it bears mentioning because apparently it was a big hit for them. Friends is on HBO Max.
Oh, you mean White Living Single? Okay,
yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, that.
Bet.
So yeah. Oh, Shazam. Well, again, because they've got DC content, so of course Shazam will be here.
Yeah, and it's funny, I got all these movies.
Yeah, pulling from the Cartoon Network and all like that. So I mean, it seems like it's a pretty stacked lineup. It'd be interesting to see. Sure, of course, everybody's going to try to compare it to the big ones like Hulu and Netflix. But I wonder how this will stack up against Disney Plus, how it'll stand up to Peacock when that gets announced. I mean, when that gets released. Because like Peacock, that's like just all that's NBC's and like just NBC Universal stuff.
Right.
And they have The Office. Like their big get is going to be The Office because The Office is going to be taken off of Netflix.
Right.
So like it'll be interesting to see how HBO kind of compares to everybody else. Oh, and for those parents who care, HBO Max also has Sesame Street. Because for some reason, HBO owns Sesame Street now. That's a thing that is existing.
Okay. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, you can watch Sesame Street on HBO. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And all right, speaking of 5G, I saw this today and thought this was something worth
seen it too.
covering. Just because we did a laugh today.
Yeah, we do.
You'll be surprised to learn that the 340-pound anti-5G USB stick isn't quite all that. 5G connectivity is slowly increasing in coverage around the world, and although many of us in the smartphone world are excited by the opportunities offered by this new technology, there are those that view it as a menace to society. Whether it's a danger to privacy, personal freedoms, the cause of cancer, or even COVID-19, please click below for more information on 5G. 5G is apparently at the root of it all. Help is at hand for believers, though, because for just 300 pounds, you can buy an anti-5G device that will apparently protect you and your family. According to a company in the UK called 5G BioShield, their USB key uses quantum technology to protect against the alleged impact on health that 5G will cause. How exactly does the anti-5G USB key claim to do this, though? Through a process of quantum oscillation, the 5G BioShield USB key balances and reharmonizes the disturbing frequencies arising from the electronic fog induced by devices such as laptops, cordless phones, Wi-Fi tablets, etc. These are bold claims, of course, although the USB device has been backed by a member of Glastonbury Town Council's 5G Advisory Committee, Toby Hall, of whom no one has ever heard of before and likely never will again, who said, "We use this device and find it helpful," and provided a link to its website. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure why that's block quoted like that. That's really weird. We use this device and find it very helpful, and it provides a link to its website, which describes it as a USB key that provides protection for your home and family thanks to the wearable holographic nano layer catalyzer, which can be worn or placed oh my god.
Word salad.
Can be worn or placed near to a smartphone or any other electrical radiation or EMF, electromagnetic field emitting device. Now, before we go any further, I'm really curious about this word, catalyzer. That's a word. To modify, especially to increase the rate of a chemical reaction by catalysis, to bring about and initiate the technology bred of science has catalyzed stupendous economic growth. I don't think that's what they're using that word for at all.
I think some scammers' bank account got some stupendous growth. Am I right? Am I right?
At the cost of 339 pounds each of a pack of 3, or just 958 pounds, or sorry, I read that wrong. At a cost of 399 pounds each, or a pack of 3 for just 958 pounds, you might think that you were buying some serious hardware, but you'll be entirely mistaken, because Pen Test Partners, jeez, I can't even read today, a company that specializes in scrutinizing consumer electronic products for security vulnerabilities, has procured one of the 5G BioShield USB sticks and found it to be wanting in every way. Instead of there being quantum technology present, the USB stick is actually just a generic 128 megabyte. Megabyte. Not USB, not gigabyte. Megabyte.
Wow.
Megabytes. A meg.
So, do they
USB.
still sell them joints? Damn. I ain't seen one of
Now,
them things since I was in college.
now I'm just curious, right? So I'm gonna go to Newegg because this is probably where I can find very obscure hardware,
Ooh.
right?
Yeah, New Ego.
128 megabyte flash drive. It auto-corrected my search query.
Mm-hmm. You
Immediately gave
gigabyte?
me 128 gigabyte.
You might want to check on eBay.
Now I just want to go to a reputable site. I can care less about how much the megabyte costs. If they showed it to me, I'd have cared. But this is equally important because even 128 gigabytes of storage is only $55.
Yep. I mean the return on investment. That's a good return on investment.
Yes. That is impressive.
Damn. That looks like one of those like joints where it's like, dang. I mean, damn. That's incredible. That little coat of paint on it. How much for the paint? Nothing.
Oh, by the way, thank you AT&T for again reiterating the fact that I get HBO Max, even though I was out I had 24 hours without access to it. But you know, it's whatever. Fine, I'm cool. It's whatever. I'm not bitter. Yeah, back to this. Good ROI. Good ROI. You can sell one and you've already just like funded your entire business.
Yeah, you've made back plus more. You sell one, you sell two. See, the key to this thing of scamming is it's not like, oh, we're gonna do volume, but if you sell like one or two, you've basically made more. You basically made enough money to get what you need.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna sell like You're not gonna sell like 10 and 15. You know, these. You're most likely gonna sell 2 or 3 because you're not gonna make money from this. That's why a lot of these brothers had to go like the lucrative thing of ransomware, because that made more money. Because if it's like, oh, I'm selling you like janky peripherals that might have malicious code on it, sure, you may buy 1 or 2. But if I trick you into doing a malicious code and then charge you for the privilege of getting rid of it, that makes me even more money then. Because I know that thing's got viruses on it. I know that thing has viruses.
All right. So naturally, the people behind the 5G BioShield stick say that they are in possession of technical research and historical data of 5G. Okay. But they aren't authorized to disclose the sensitive information to third parties. Call me a skeptic, but if you will, but I've got an old 1 gigabyte USB stick in the drawer that might surely be an exponential upgrade on 5G BioShield technology. I also want to point out that I currently having a job at a university, work for the department for electrical and computer engineering department. We have researchers who are researching 5G antennas on drones, no less. I've seen the room, and it's like just giant drones, and it's like, oh my goodness. Can I be a researcher on this team, because they're putting computers on drones and flying the computers with drones. It's great. But they're doing that to measure 5G. So I know I've been in a room with a whole bunch of 5G equipment, like 2 feet away from it. I mean, I'm all right. Maybe I'm immune now.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
I
not gonna
doubt
try that.
that. I
But
doubt one of these is gonna stop like 5G penetration.
I mean,
You know,
hold on. I mean, apparently 128 megabytes is enough. What about this 1 terabyte hard drive? Will that stop
that
it?
that'll probably stop it for your whole neighborhood right there.
Yeah.
If
I,
one of these could stop it for the house, that's gonna stop it for your street.
like, look, I got a terabyte and a 3 terabyte and an 8 terabyte plugged over there, and there's a terabyte in my Xbox. And I
North
also do
Carolina is
time
safe.
machine. I do time machine backups with a 5 terabyte. Like, look, I
hmm
can save all of Raleigh, North Carolina with the 5G beta blocking I got going on.
I'm telling you, North Carolina is safe. On
Straight
lock.
block, block, block.
Blah, blah.
I got Terry Crews in my house blocking the 5G.
Blocking it with his pets.
Oh my god. Let me see. So if they, I wonder if they. Wow, look at that. Who? I think Crown Royal need to have some words.
I was just about to say that. the com- the there's a representative from Crown Royal would like to speak for you.
Mm-hmm.
You stolen the intellectual property of his bags.
So apparently there's multiple.
Wow, that's all that is just like laser cut lucite to make it look fancy. That ain't nothing special.
So they're surprised that nobody went and changed to make it look bigger. Like nobody
That's the
changed any.
takeaway from that.
Well, there's that. I actually did click to see if there was
Oh yeah.
anything in it. Yeah, so apparently there was nothing malicious in there.
Oh, that's. Oh, I have very hard to believe because I think that definitely sounds like a good way to get malicious files in. That sounds like a really good way to get malicious files in there. Oh, block it from 5G. Like it blocks 5G signals that could be conducive to the coronavirus. Like plug it into any computer and plug it into any computer and let it do its work. Like that kind of stuff. Like,
Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, no, I take it back. There was data on here.
uh-huh.
When plugged into our test machine, we may have missed the bubble of quantum holographic catalyzed technology appearing. The stick comes loaded with a 25-page PDF version of the material from 5G BioShield's website. It includes a Q&A of distances for the bubble and how to know if it's working. It's an always-on system. Apparently is always working, powered on or not, so no visual checks needed. So wait, do I not need to plug it into a computer? Like,
Nah.
what,
Just tape it to your window.
like, so then why do I need the USB part? That again, that's my takeaway. If I
Yeah.
don't need to plug it in, why did you include the USB part?
I don't. That's the weird part. That's the weird
I don't.
part.
And then yeah, like Crown Royal, y'all need to have a conversation.
Yeah. It's like those NFC tag stickers that you probably see like either on Wish or like eBay,
Mm-hmm.
where you just like stick on there and you just do like NFC. I think, well, I don't want to say that too loud because I know somebody might mention it, but probably somebody could take one of them and then be like 4G blocker, stick this on your window, and like just stick it on the window, and then claim, hey, hey, that'll block it. Stick these on every window of your house, and it will give you.
Yet again, you have introduced something that would make sense, but then added an extra bit of technology that just absolutely did not have to be there.
Right, exactly. It's
Like,
like
why do we need the NFC?
yeah, it's like why would you need the NFC? But it would make more sense. But it would make more sense than this sticking, just like dropping this on the nightstand and hoping that does. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to plug it in, guys. You don't
You
have to
know,
plug it in to protect you.
you know what? I can see the NFC because like if you swipe your phone and it scans the NFC, then they'll show a thing on your phone. It's like we've detected the 4G signal and now counter blocking it.
Right.
That what shows up on your phone as you see it's working.
Mm-hmm.
And every time everybody that comes into your house, they have to swipe their phone against it.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets the new 4G signal that it's blocking everybody's 4G.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you would like to learn more information about 4G and 5G, please click the link below. Oh boy, technology. It's wonderful, ain't it?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
If that's it for tech, it's time to move over to the games. And boy, we're starting off with such a doozy.
Oh, yeah.
I love the fact that, we are getting more and more athletes into the gaming space. Racing is taking off because that was just a natural transition.
Right.
Because you can go from a steering wheel, like a real steering wheel, to a virtual steering wheel is great. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Formula E driver disqualified after getting an imposter to race for him in a charity event.
Can't make this up, guys.
Oh boy.
Ooh, Lord.
One driver went ahead and tried to cheat the system, getting an imposter to drive in his place at this weekend's event. The culprit, Audi driver Daniel Abt, has been disqualified from the race after getting professional sim racer Lorenz Horzing to drive for him. Abt has also been dropped by Audi, while Horzing has been straight up banned from the Race at Home challenge and was stripped of his placing in the previous Formula E Berlin race.
Wow.
According to the race, Abt was accused by two other racers of not actually being behind his own wheel. Formula E organizers then investigated Abt's IP address, confirming their suspicions. I'm not surprised people were wary of him. You can see Abt not so subtly covering his face in the footage from the live stream below. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. So they got the receipts.
There are the drivers. Dario, how do you feel before you do one of your sim races? Are you one of those that's in the zone, or are you just sitting?
Oh, so there he is right here.
Like Brendan Hartley in the top right. I tried to do a little bit of practice, Jack, but not too much, because then I just get frustrated with it, and I'll go away.
Wow, that's crazy.
And get back on it just before the practice for the qualifying starts. I tend to find if I spend too much time on it, it's a very vicious circle, and it just gets worse and worse.
Wow. Okay.
That is wild.
After being
That
found
is
out,
wild.
Abt admitted to the transgression, saying, "I didn't take it as seriously as I should have. I'm especially sorry about this because I know how much work has gone into this project on the part of the Formula E organization. I'm aware that my offense has a bitter aftertaste but it was never meant to. Words today, God bless it. But it was never meant with any bad intention."
I don't know about the bad intentions, but I definitely know the absolute cheapness of it. Just like, dude,
what?
why,
See,
bro?
What I'm curious about is like, you're a professional driver.
Yeah.
Is it that like I'm at this point? I'm wondering, is racing in a virtual event that much more difficult than racing in a real car? And I kind of feel like it may be that. But
Possible, yeah.
what, like, outside of that, what was more important for you to not be here?
Oh, it's like, dude, what was you doing?
It's almost like, hey, everybody's working from home, so I'm gonna literally do anything else. Like, I figured if I was at home, nobody would need to know that I wasn't working. That's how that works, right?
None of us is sponsored by Audi though. Well, not anymore. You know what? You know how wild that. You know how absolutely wild that is. Where all you just have to do is drive. Like, I don't want to be that type of person to be like, well, maybe he has something going on, and maybe I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I'm literally like, dude, this is your job. Your job is to drive.
You want one job to do.
One job to do. Just show up and drive. And you can't do it, and you lost a paying sponsor.
And then cost somebody else their career too.
Yeah, and then that's the crazy thing. It's like you lost your coin, you sacrificed your coins and somebody else's. that's crazy to me. Like, how does one do that? Like, how does that happen? Huh? How, Sway? How do you make it make sense?
And
Like,
surprisingly,
jeez.
I'd almost said to think that NASCAR or like racing events would be the one thing that we could do. Like everybody would technically be social distancing except for in the pit crew.
Mhm.
But at that point, and actually, don't they wear helmets even in the pit crew? So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
technically
yeah,
be
yeah.
wearing masks when they meet together to do all the pit crew stuff. And then when they're done, they all go 6 feet apart in the garage.
Yeah.
Like, I think I solved the NASCAR problem.
Yeah, just basically like just film it from just film it. Nobody in there.
Yeah,
Everybody
wrestling's doing it.
everybody can still like if they want to tailgate, they can tailgate however they want to, but they don't get. But you just don't go into the arena. I don't know how that works. I
Look,
don't know
it's
how
like
that works.
look, just like wrestling's making these weird matches now because nobody's in
Yeah.
the stands and they can just film a whole bunch of weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, couldn't we? Like, you remember that cartoon? I think it was NASCAR 2000. Like NASCAR used
I
to have a
believe so.
cartoon, and
Yeah,
like they hit
I remember
loops
that.
and jumps and all sorts of stuff. You can do
Yeah, I
that
remember
now.
that.
Like you
Uh-huh.
just like race for a bit, have the cars just turn off for a second, and let CG just do all the weird stuff, and then you just come out the other end. Look, again, Tech Talk Thursday. We're coming up with all the solutions to all the problems.
Yeah, bring MotorStorm back. By the way, that was needed. That's needed.
Oh boy. Again, light news week. Google Stadia gains 1440p streaming support on desktops, which not sure why it was missing, but
They need to get 1080p right.
wow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I still need to get into that. I think I need to stream some. I might if I stream tomorrow, I might just stream some Stadia stuff just to see like okay, yeah, I also own these games on PC, but we're playing on this browser because that's cool, right? Yeah. So, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that's something.
And of course, wow, really? We doing that?
Are we doing that?
We doing that?
We doing that?
Oh boy.
Come on now. None of that now. None of that.
And of course, in more Corona canceling news,
Yep.
cancel culture is real.
Yep.
BlizzCon 2020 is officially canceled with a online event planned.
Yep.
So anybody was planning to go out to, what was it, Anaheim? I think they hold this every year. Oh yes, clearly Anaheim. It's on the building. Yeah, anybody planning to go to Anaheim this year for BlizzCon? Yeah, you can just stay home.
Nope. Yeah, just stay home.
Just
Just stay home.
Yeah, shoot. Even though it is in November, again, like with the obvious second wave,
2020 is a wrap.
yeah, just
Yeah.
again, like I said, just redo it. Just redo it next year.
Just
just
try.
skip-
We'll put a moratorium on travel and conventions next year. We'll probably have a meeting. We'll have a Zoom call meeting in December. We'll talk about it. We'll see. We'll check the numbers. We'll check everything good, and then we'll decide if we're gonna have these events in 2021. But yeah, 2020 is a stone wrap.
I'd rather use
Stone
Google
wrap.
Meet. I don't want to use Zoom.
I mean, yeah, we can do Google Meet.
Okay.
Google Meet works.
All right.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
I can make that work.
All right, in a little bit of streaming news, not necessarily Twit or given Telia's comments to this tweet, it is tangentially related to like Twitch and YouTube. But somebody had a fire take today. Today. Swizz Beats was on the JBP, I guess the Joe Budden podcast, and explained that Versus will remain on IG for the foreseeable future because IG has the best infrastructure in place to make these clashes feasible.
Whoa, partner. Sounds like you got a little bit too much dip on your chip, my guy. Wait a minute. I'm gonna need you I mean, you should bring that down some because as we've seen on a few occasions, IG does work when IG does work, but but deep down inside, it's not always like the most stable if you're not prepared to put the time and energy to make sure it looks good from jump. Like, the Anchella verses that we had, of Jill Scott and Erica Badu was fire, and we didn't have no issues with that. And then we have like the issues of say Teddy and Babyface,
Mm.
where that was kind of doing, and that was when you talking about dip on your chip. It's definitely with Teddy Riley because my man was doing the two double. He was doing like the double dip. He was trying to do IG and he was trying to do the platform, but he didn't have the IG set up right, and so that was it. That was back and forth. So and brother was bringing in workmen and monitors and whatnot. And Jill was just kind of like Jill and Erica was just like chill. It was like Erica was doing Jill was doing her thing. Erica had her little like do rag combination thing happening with Bruce Lee playing in the background, and I was so focused on like the Bruce Lee combat. I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but I just what's is that Bruce Lee in the background? Let me look at that. So I'm looking at Enter the Dragon in the background, like,
Look, that was there for that was there for the husbands who were
yeah,
forced to watch the IG.
yeah. I was like,
Baby,
I
you
was
sit
like,
here, you watch the Bruce Lee while I'm here for the Erica Badu.
right, yeah. You watch the Bruce Lee stuff, and I'm like, I mean, I'm literally going like, boards don't hit back. I'm like, so, so yeah. I mean, like IG, I feel like just go ahead and say what you need to say and just be like, hey, we started on IG, we like IG, we're gonna rock with IG, and IG is gonna be the thing that we're gonna use. Not, oh, IG is the best, man. It's the greatest. No. Just say what you need to say.
Like
Just
the
say like we
best
like
infrastructure,
IG.
like the best infrastructure. What does Swiss Beats know about infrastructure?
I don't know what he's talking. I don't know what he's talking about.
Like I don't
I
want
really don't know what he's
I don't
talking
want
about.
this to turn into a shut up and dribble type
Yeah,
thing. But
right.
Swiss Beats, really, what do you know about
They
infrastructure?
can what they could literally do is I'm gonna give them a little crash course. Give them a little crash course.
Hit him,
Number
hit him,
one,
hit him with that knowledge.
what we do is what we do now. What we doing currently is we're on Twitch
Uh huh.
through Skype,
What?
and we do like Discord. So right now, all somebody would need is a laptop, with a decent webcam on top of it, which again these celebrities could afford very easily. And then just
Yeah.
be like have a laptop and the thing, put that up there, splice it, make it happen.
In the way this is set up, like I could technically set this up. We're having 3 people call
Right.
with me. I don't even need to show up. Like
No.
I'm technically a technical producer.
Mm-hmm. We
Like I'm so glad people are posting videos of how to do this. Like I honestly, yes, I wish I was the one who's I got the technology. Nobody can do what I do,
right.
but I don't care because like
Mm-mm.
honestly, this is like one of the best solutions. And again, I love watching Kinda Funny, but I die a little inside when I'm watching them struggle and watch other people who are doing like video podcasts like this struggle to frame video. It is really, I don't know. For me, I mean, okay, I admit that it took some steps to get here, but once you set it up once,
Right.
I
That's
don't have
it.
to touch it ever again. Like if we had more scenes, I can easily switch the scenes without having to touch any of the video.
Right.
Once I have it set
That's
it once, I don't have to do it again. And it's crazy that people don't have it set up like that.
Don't have it set up.
But
Not at all.
yeah,
Again.
clearly IG is the best platform. The infrastructure is top notch, above Twitch, above YouTube, even above Mixer. And with Mixer, they can stream their own Mixer channels and somebody just like merge this shit together.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And you don't think like a Twitch or a YouTube or a Mixer wouldn't just say, "Oh, well, wait. Let us help you with that," because they would bring in tons of people. I would say like let's just have it on YouTube.
DJ Wheat himself would have showed up at one of their houses.
Yes. Would have showed up, set that whole thing up. It's like they have it's like, give people enough chance to set up, send them the whole thing. I look up and I look at like the news, and these brothers come up and they like do a whole setup from the house.
Yeah, I have not watched it. I've been interested to see how that works out. Like I've been watching a lot of late night stuff. Like Jesus and Mero.
Yeah, that's just a Zoom call. I love that.
Yeah, like dude's in his closet. Jesus is doing it from his closet where his shoes are.
Right.
Also,
it's like,
how big is his apartment?
Mm-hmm. The greatest one that I've seen is it's Jesus and Mero, but the greatest one I've seen is like The View on like, and that's just basically like the best quality Zoom call you will ever see. Like,
but see, part of me feels like a lot of them aren't making a Zoom call, or what you're seeing is not the Zoom call.
Right.
But like they may be sitting in front of Zoom or Google Meet or something like that, but they're also recording with a better camera.
Right.
And they're just sending that footage.
Right.
Because I've seen some crystal clear like talking heads. So it's like, yeah, they're not on Zoom. That's not Zoom.
Mm-mm.
Like that's my other pet project of recording audio in different houses and send it to me. That's how podcasts were made back in the day when you had to do it remote. All the clapping, the sync, everything.
Right.
That's what that is.
Yeah, don't have to do that.
And exactly, like Young Boy says, turn your phone into a decent webcam.
Done. I don't understand it. We have so many ways of doing things, and yet it's like we just got to stick with what's comfortable. Now, again, if you feel comfortable with using IG, call it like it calls it. Like, we like IG, it works for us. Let's go ahead and do it on IG.
So, also, my next question is, because there was one I wanted to see. I wanted to see the Beanie Man verse. I forget who it was. He was
Beanie Man and something.
Yeah, but like I wanted to see. I've seen parts of it. It's like, okay, yeah, I definitely got to go watch that entire thing. And eventually, I'm going to do that. I meant to do that this week, but time slipped out.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any of them to where I don't know if they interact with the audience. And from what I've seen, they don't. So what's to stop Versus from just recording this shit with decent cameras,
right,
and then just upload it?
Right.
Like they could just stream it live. They can stream this archive video live. That way people can watch it live. But it could be, it's just pre-taped.
It's just pre-roll. They could do that. Like what we do, like with the Skype call. Just do 2 Skype calls, record that, through OBS, record it through OBS. And then that just be about it. That just be about it. You call Babyface, you call Teddy Riley. They have all their stuff set. They have all their stuff set up through their little computer, their little laptops, and all you got to do is just frame, record, send.
But again, they don't want to pay us. Like again, we have all the solutions.
I mean, we are here for consulting.
Yeah. This is TTT Solutions. There's 3T Solutions instead of 3M. Get 3T. 3T Solution.
Right.
No.
We'll hook you up.
Yeah. I mean, we'll even cut Sin in when he gets back.
Yeah. Sin get his 30%.
He part of this. Yeah.
He gets his 33. That's how it works.
I'll take 30. We can all take 30 and get 10% back to Cookout. It's finder's fee.
You right.
It's finder's fee.
You right. You right.
They at least they
You
took
right.
out the 10%.
Yeah.
Moving
we'll
on
get that.
to the update section. Of course, Apple has released macOS Catalina 10.15.5 with battery health management feature. This isn't as exciting and as sexy as the iOS updates because we're not tracing context to a Mac, but yeah. Seems like some other updates, but yeah, more importantly, it's just the battery health stuff. So if you've got a Mac, go update it. Please.
Just update it in general. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But a more pressing updates, apparently like Nvidia, everybody's always talking about Nvidia updates. I very rarely hear about AMD, or I would put AMD stuff up. This is not just because I'm biased because I have Nvidia hardware. Again, if somebody posted an AMD update, I'd post it too. But the new Nvidia drivers are available for that game, but also for the big Windows 10 update. There is an update, day one drivers for Valorant release, which apparently is coming up. I guess I didn't know. I know they were going 1.0 soon, but if you're still playing Valorant, you should really just be careful.
Sure.
But also they're getting ready for the Windows 10 update, the May 2020 update, which is set to include DirectX 12 Ultimate. But yeah, also some notebook stuff in there, some SLI stuff, HDR stuff. Ooh, there's an update for Overwatch. I should probably check this out then. Overwatch has always been stable for me, but if you're gonna give me more stability, I will not say no. That's right. That was the right amount of negatives to say I will play it.
I want my game to be strong like the iron wall of Dante Tech.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to the three people who got that Haikyuu reference.
Yeah. So few updates. There's one for F1. Hopefully that does not switch you out for a ringer. Terrible joke. Terrible callback. And more in the last update news today, the new Windows 10 May 2020 update is now available. Of course, you can check to see if you have it by going to start. Well, actually, I just could demonstrate this live. You can go start, click your settings. Of course, if you have multiple monitors, your settings window will go somewhere else. Start settings, update and security, and check for updates. They are staggering the updates just to make sure everything is all copacetic. Nobody's hammering the servers too much. Definitely kind of makes sense, especially with everybody being at home, and they don't want everybody to kind of just like go for it all at once. Which seems a little. It seems weird, but does it? Because again, macOS released their update today, and it's like, nah, it's here. If you want it, go ahead. Just download it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Go forth.
Yeah, have at it.
And do that.
Excuse me, damn. The biggest one I did like though is you can go passwordless. You can use your Microsoft app, your Microsoft Authenticator app to sign into your system. Or, for me, I use my Logitech Brio, which has the Windows Hello feature built in. So it just scans my face. Memory improvements for Edge. And there's new notepad stuff. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. This phrase creeped me out.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's...
I'm getting Mad Mickelson vibes from this guy. I'm like, jeez.
But yeah. Yeah, if you feel so inclined, Windows 10 update is now available. Recommend that you do that sooner rather than later. Not just for the updates, but at least find some time update the machine if you can,
Yeah.
and then play around with it. Especially
Right.
if you are a content creator, it's something you want to do, because if this ain't gonna work out for you, you can roll it back and figure out when would be that best time.
Right.
Or else you will get caught up, get that update
Yep.
in the middle of a stream, and there's nothing you do.
And check all your streaming stuff after the update to make sure it didn't like bork anything.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to break all my audio settings.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It like without fail. Actually, like there may be like I'll probably update it on a Friday to make sure like it doesn't interfere with any shows, but there is a possibility that it may require me to reinstall an OS.
Right.
Like, without fail, and it may be because of my old CPU, but without fail, when I applied the update, I will always have to roll it back, make sure everything was backed up, and then do a fresh install with the new update every time. So I was installing Windows every 6 months.
Damn.
Which for me that was fun, but yeah, after a while it gets a little tedious. Of course, in the deals section this week, we've got 2 deals for you. Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, is free in the Epic Game Store. Of course, 2-factor authentication will get you the free games, which is the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2.
Mm-hmm. And all DLC for both.
Oh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like, according to leaks, Ark Survival Evolve will be next week, but you can check in next week and we'll let you know.
Certainly will. Mm-hmm.
And of course, if you are subscribed to PlayStation Plus, and actually before I do that, let's see games with gold, because I think those were announced, but I did not see. I think it was a video that got put up, but I didn't see an article. So yeah, I'll cover games with gold, and I'll include this in the show
games
notes.
with gold up there.
But I'll give PlayStation first dibs because they were here first. Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Call of Duty World War II are the PS Plus games for June. So you get last year's, well, not last year, the year before last is Call of Duty and Battlefront 2.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to play. I guess I can play Battlefront 2 simply because it is free, and I feel like that might be one of the games that we play on community nights.
Yeah, I think I've heard some talk about that. Actually, no. You know what it was? It was somewhere else. It was another community they were talking about Battlefront 2, but yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's actually all this is making me wanted to do is just re-up my Origin Access Premiere, so I can just get it on PC. I need to finish Fallen Order too.
Yeah, I just seen my buddy finish that game. It is indeed a trip.
And
definitely.
Fair warning, both games take a lot of hard drive space, so make sure. Oh, yeah, you're right. I just uninstalled. Speaking of hard drive space, I uninstalled Modern Warfare from my PC earlier this week. Reinstalled it. 202 gigabytes.
No, sir. Not me.
202 gigs.
Nah.
That is half of my SSD.
Mm-hmm.
One of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Battlefront 2 is over 100 gigabytes after updates. I don't disagree.
These games are big. Like I had to reinstall like Uncharted 4 because I was like, might want to play the last maybe want to play the last Nathan Drake game, for stream again. Never know. That thing was like 47 gigs. And I'm like, well, damn.
That sounds like a
Good thing I
dream.
got.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
like a
like it's a dream.
dream.
Yeah, it sounds like a dream, but it's like, yeah, man, dream, but damn, but still,
Like
but damn,
to,
nice, but damn.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure once I check the videos, the size of the video for this
Mm-hmm.
show, it'll be about as big as that game.
Boo.
So yeah, for me, that's a dream.
Ooh.
Yeah, over 200 gigabytes for Modern Warfare. And it's no telling how big Red Dead Redemption got, because that was just big
Oh.
out of the box.
Yeah, that was big on the disc.
Yeah.
I mean, it was big on the disc. I pulled the disc. I pull the disc out and show you. Let me see. I pull my, cause see, I got the PS4 version of it, steel box. Pull that bad boy out. 2 discs. This is the play disc. Yeah, 2 Blu-rays. This is the play disc, and this is the install disc.
And
You
keep
put
in
the
mind,
install
a dual layer Blu-ray is 100 gigabytes.
right. So it's like 2 of these mofos to get this bad boy to run, and I can't even fathom what the PSN version gonna be. I can't even fathom it.
Yeah, for Xbox One, it was well over 100. It was well over 100 gigabytes, and that was at launch.
Let's see.
That
I'm
was
trying to
at
see if it.
launch.
I'm trying to see if it say. Yeah, it says 105 gigabytes minimum.
Because then you got
Minimum.
the updates, DLC,
Yeah.
the online that's on there now.
Yeah, the online's now. Yeah.
Games with gold with $63.96 value and 2,200 gamer score this month. Shantae and hold on, maybe they got Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, Coffee Talk. Or sorry, let me clarify. From June 1st to June 30th, because they've got this weird staggered release for these games. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. June 16th to July 15th, Coffee Talk. June 1st to June 15th, Destroy All Humans, an Xbox original title. And on June 16th to June 30th, an Xbox 360 title, Cinemora. Or Cinemora. I won't say Cinemora, I don't know. And those are your free games for the month of June for Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And apparently, yes, you can get Game Pass Ultimate now for $1.
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah. I dabbled a little bit in that game called Coffee Talk. It kind of reminds you, like, Shadowrun.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine like Shadowrun set in Seattle, and instead of like, gritty cyberpunk-esque fantasy thing, it's like still has that fantasy element, but you're in Seattle running a coffee shop, and you're making coffee shop for various with like fantasy creatures and stuff. So it's more or less like it has the themes and phrasing of a Shadowrun-esque game, but it's more chill, and you're just like, oh, making coffee, and I'm talking, and we're making coffee, and we're talking, and I'm making coffee, and we're talking. So it's like it's interesting if you got time for that narrative in your games, but it's kind of like, all right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us this evening. Of course, you guys tuned in to Tech Talk Thursdays for May 28th, 2020. This is episode number 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe it is 8. Yeah.
Yeah, the 8th episode. We've been doing this for 2 months.
Yeah, for real.
It don't feel like it.
Don't feel it. It really don't.
I really feel like
I thought we were doing it for 6, but then I'm like 8.
yeah, it's been
Oh,
2 months since we've been here. So
wow.
again, we hope that you enjoy the content. Of course, you can find all of these articles. Well, almost all of them. Some of them, I think Eurogamer articles don't appear
Right. Yeah.
on the forums because it. So if you don't know, you can actually post a link in the forums, and the forums are smart enough to extract what it is and change the URL to the title of the article. So that's how I've been posting articles in the forums. So yeah, you can go to forums.thecookout.org. You can check in the streaming section, the tech talk section, and the gaming section for all these articles if you would like to continue the conversation. Of course, you can, follow me, Major Linux. I would say that was KK. That's your stream handle, correct?
Yeah, you can call me Kev.
No,
Kev at KKS.
like the name below you.
Yes, KKS Gaming.
So that's your stream handle?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I didn't think it was your Twitter. That's why I was trying to clear it up.
Twitter is at Kevy Kev Shell.
Okay.
That's what KKS means.
Yeah.
Or Killer Kevy Squad.
You can see that name under him, KKS Gaming. Follow him on Twitch. I'm pretty sure you'll find his Twitter there.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's Major Linux everywhere. So definitely thank you so much everybody for tuning in. Of course, we're gonna kick this on over. Looks like Story Mode Bay is just chatting, so maybe y'all can continue the chatting up with her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, looks like she's spilling some tea. Yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Tech Talk Thursdays. Of course, you guys could have been anywhere in the world, watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech news yourself, but we know you're lazy and you love it when we read it to you. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Love you. Peace out.
Found it forever. Bye.